Hey, what's up, guys? It's xJawz. I'm playing a little domination here on Favela, and I wanted to post this game because it's a decent mix of playing the objective and not playing the objective. Sorry, and it's also a good medium for me to tell you guys some stuff. It is a pretty good game. I end up with a score of 50-5, and right there you saw I was about to use the Scar H, but I decided not to, and the reason is because Favela is a small map. And it's got a lot of it caters to close quarters combat. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Now, a lot of buildings, a lot of tight corners, a lot of stuff that would actually benefit you to use some machine gun. But the next best thing is to use an M4A1 or TAR-21 because I think those guns work so good in close quarters combat. Absolutely the best out of all the assault rifles for close quarters combat. The Scar H just isn't a gun that's good for close quarters combat. How many times did I just say close quarters? I'm not going to say any more in this match, I promise. So there is a little discussion I'd like to have with you guys. Nothing too serious, but I'm going to do something kind of unheard of, I guess, and I'm going to disagree with Hutch. Hutch has said several times that it's a douchebag move not to capture flags, to just run around and kill whore. And I don't think so at all. I think that it's not good if your entire team isn't doing it. And I think it's not good if you're specifically going into a match saying to yourself that I'm not going to go for any objectives. But actually not going for them isn't that big of a deal, guys. If you have some teammates who are going for the objectives, it works out great. Because it's one of those things where at this point in the game, people have realized that somebody's going to need to shoot down the air support, somebody's going to need to capture flags, and most of those players most players in the game have decided whether or not they're going to do it already, and I've kind of decided that I'm not really going to be going for it frequently, because I believe that I've never had a game, sorry, I'm kind of interrupting myself here, but I have never had a game where I have a kill-death ratio of over 5 and I lost, in domination at least. It seems impossible because when you're killing players that often, they just don't have the opportunity to capture flags or defend flags for that matter. And I mean, anybody who argues otherwise, I'm sure that there are fluke games where it happens. I'm sure there are fluke games where people go, 50-5 like I do in this match and they still lose. But like I said, they're flukes. They're not going to happen all the time. You're going to have those games where you're playing with terrible people who just insist on going for kills even when they're terrible at it. But that always happens. It's always going to be a problem. So that's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. Don't hate me for it, guys. As you can tell, I'm not really going for the objectives that much. But when opportunity pops up where it is beneficial for me to go for the objective, I definitely will. I have no problem doing that. So right here, you can already see I've got my 11 kill streak. I'm using the kill streak setup 7, 9, 11, Harrier, Pave Low, Chopper Gunner. And I get pretty disappointed up here. You're going to see quickly I'm going to set these 2 Claymores to defend these 2 entrances of the building because I'm planning on going upstairs and calling in my Chopper Gunner in this little bathroom area. I call in my Chopper Gunner, and it's obviously going to be piloted by either Chuck Norris or Helen Keller. That's the way it always works out, and this one was definitely piloted by Helen Keller. I'm going to turn this corner over here, and all these people are going to start spawning to the left, and it just starts piloting up, and I can't even move the aimer, or whatever, the reticules down to shoot those people who are shooting at me. So I lost that pretty damn fast, but I decided to call my Pavlo, and that's not going to be much better. They're going to shoot that down pretty fast, too. But I'm having some fun running around with my Ranger and my M4. So now I can tell that they're spawning at C, and I'm just going to stay up on this building for a little bit until I run into a situation where I need to get down or it's beneficial to get down. And I got some hit markers on the sky and decided to jump over here, get my Ranger, and take him out because I didn't want him getting closer to me, jumping up on the dumpster. It would just be a bad situation. So I just decided to go Rambo on his ass and run up there and take him out. If there is kind of a theme to this, other than what I already said about the objectives, I'd like to say, guys, Claymores are not just for search and destroy and team deathmatch, or for snipers, for that matter. Claymores are for everybody, and Scavenger is for everybody. I think that if you're using a perk, well, no, I'm not going to say first perk, but I think that Scavenger is the most beneficial perk, in my opinion. I think sleight of hand is great. I think marathon is great, but when you're playing domination, you don't really need it that much. Unless you're rushing, and I wasn't rushing this game. So if you if you put Scavenger together with Claymores, it's just this like death combination. I don't know, this great combination that's going to work so well for you because you can just run around the map, running over dead bodies that are everywhere because it's a respawn game type, and you can just set these Claymores over and over and over again. Just set them everywhere, and I know you can only have 2 up at a time. But if you just keep setting these things all over the map, you're going to be getting a ton of kills solely from Claymores. And it's just out of this world that it's even, like, in the game. That was pretty funny. That one guy was calling in some air support, and I killed him. Anyway, I decided to rush up to C right here because we were getting dual capped. We only had 1 flag, and I wanted to make a push for this flag, and that was pretty fail. I thought those bullets went right into his chest, but apparently not. And I think up here, going to get on this little building with the Leaves of Death. In case you guys haven't seen that Bring Down the House or whatever, something, Defend the House Mythbusters video. Actually, those leaves on top of that building, those, I believe they're elephant leaves, are actually indestructible. You cannot shoot through them. It's pretty crazy that Infinity Ward would do that. I guess just for shits and giggles, but anyway. I found this guy who called in a Harrier, and as soon as I saw him laying there and I heard that the Harrier got called in, I decided to go into defensive mode and just kind of camp out this building, because I will say it again, I've already said it before, if your opponents have air support up in the air, and you're on a streak or somewhat of a streak, don't kill yourself to get your cold-blooded Stinger class out. Don't bother with the air support if you don't have cold-blooded or a Stinger already, just because you're gonna die. You're not gonna be Matrix. You're not in the Matrix. Bullets are gonna hit you. You can't dodge them. It's pretty crazy that air support is called in all the time, and I know that people want to run out. They don't want to camp, but you just need to ignore it. You need to stay in a building, and you need to wait out the storm, I guess. So this was pretty dumb. I jumped out here, and I'm just going to run around, set Claymores, set 1 Claymore, and then turn around here and set a 2nd Claymore, or soon, I don't know. I'm just saying random things, guys. You know me. But I am on somewhat of a streak, and I heard a guy actually pull out a grenade right above me, so I'm going to set this Claymore and go up these ladder, and going to kill this guy who's overwatching B, and then I'm going to kill the guy on B, because this is something kind of weird. I only found out this after like a year into playing Call of Duty 4, so I hope all you guys know it, but a lot of people are actually new to Modern Warfare 2, or new to Call of Duty, and Modern Warfare 2 is their first Call of Duty game. When a flag is flashing, the little B or A or whatever emblem is actually flashing and becoming more opaque. That means that somebody's on it. One of your opponents is on it and capturing it. Just a little hint. There is some things I would like to talk about quickly that are completely off topic. My friend Jaxo from PS3 Comedy, he is a Machinima director, so his channel is sponsored by Machinima, and he actually posted one of my gameplays up on Machinima. I'm not getting paid for it. It was a dual commentary between me and him, and it went on Machinima. I'll leave a link in the description to it. But I'm not a Machinima director. At this point, I don't believe I ever will become a Machinima director, and I just have to deal with that fact that 50 other people who are, not, I'm not going to insult anybody, but a lot of people got Machinima contracts just kind of out of luck that they got discovered. So, it's unfortunate, but I don't think I'll ever become a Machinima director. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, guys, I think I'm going to have a giveaway, an organized giveaway for my Red Ring Xbox that got fixed by Microsoft and some other things. And probably that'll go on in the next week or two. Just kind of informing you guys. In case you guys didn't already know, the Dazzle giveaway already happened. Sorry if you missed it. It was for only people who downloaded my toolbar. I had an open lobby and just gave it away to somebody randomly. It was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. I already sent that out, and he said thanks, and he might start up a YouTube channel if he has the time, is what he told me. But that's about it about giveaways and unrelated Call of Duty stuff. So here we got pretty lucky. Game's about to end, and they only had one flag, and they were just spawning there. And I was able to pick up a couple kills right before the end of the game. And that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the match. I hope you didn't mind me talking about that other unrelated Call of Duty stuff. I'll see you guys later, and peace.